because I have a wheelchair back here, and I use it because my legs don't work.
In a world full of people, you can lose sight of it all, and the darkness there inside you makes you feel so small.
My son Zachary, when he was born, everything appeared to be fine, and a few months into it we noticed he started missing his developmental milestones. So at that point we went to doctor's visit after doctor's visit trying to figure out what was going on. As you can imagine, it's really emotionally draining as a mom. You know, you're a new mom, to find out something might be, cause a life-threatening disease to your child was really hard. So a friend of mine called and said, let's go to the playground, relax, don't think about what's going on. And I thought, wonderful, let's go, take a break. So I took Zach, and I knew he couldn't do much, but I thought I'd at least push him in one of those baby swings. And we got there, I put him in, and the first push, he could not even sit in that baby swing. He didn't have enough torso or neck support to sit there, and I went home in tears, just promising to never ever return to a park again. Now we have 2 other children, and they of course wanted to go to the playground all the time, so we would go, but instead of being a fun and relaxing thing for my family, it was always physically and emotionally really draining. Zach would ask why he couldn't play like all the other children, why he had to sit on the sidelines and just watch, and we would often get him out of his wheelchair, and take him around. But imagine how many kids come up to play with him as his mom's dragging him through the playground. So we went out on vacation and we saw a playground that had poured-in-place surfacing, that had ramps from the bottom all the way up to the top. And Zach played and interacted with children like he had never ever done before. He had kids come up and ask him questions, and it stimulated conversation throughout the playground about why Zach was different. And we loved that. We wanted to educate those kids to know that he is just like every other child. His body is just different than theirs. So we came back and we hooked up with Lake St. Louis and started building Zachary's Playground.
This isn't just a playground for children with disabilities. It isn't just a playground for those who may be a little bit different. This is a playground for everyone.
It was a true community effort. Went and spoke, and we learned so many different stories of, parents who weren't able to play with their children.
Our little Miracle Brendan.
At playgrounds, and just so many aspects that we hadn't thought about.
My name's Amy Harrington, and this is my son Max, and Max is blind and also autistic. We love to come out here as a family because my daughter can kind of run around and also see other kids that have disabilities, and it's not a really big deal.
Myself, I have a hard time walking on bark mulch and uneven surfaces. So anytime there's this rubberized pour-in-place surface, it makes it a lot easier for me to walk and run around with my son.
We actually found this park online. My wife went on the internet to find a cochlear implant sensitive playground where he could play on that wouldn't discharge his cochlear implant or affect it in a negative way.
There you go. You can always tell a lot about a community by what it provides for its children. And Zachary's Playground speaks volumes of what this community values. Whoa.
Well, my name is Paul Markworth. I'm City Administrator for the City of Lake St. Louis. Been very involved in Unlimited Play's project in the city for 5 years now. When Natalie Blakemore and the board members of Unlimited Play came to Lake St. Louis, we basically had raw ground available and a dream. And that dream is what today is a very successful park with a lot of young children of all abilities, and it's just our most successful park when it comes to a number of people who attend it every day.
We really took a lot of time with design to look at the features. Features like the pour-in-place surfacing, the ramping, the shade structures for children who are sensitive to the sun, the water play section for children who have difficulty regulating their body temperature. We tried to think everything we can to make sure that this playground can engage all children.
To have something that's dedicated like this is wonderful.
Max likes it because it's open He can walk around and not really have any troubles, and he loves all of the swings and the bumpy slides and everything like that because it gives him that sensory input into his body that he gets a lot out of for therapy.
He absolutely loves it. The soft contour, the landing also helps in case he falls and hits his head. The metal slides that you guys have put in here allow Henry to play without discharging his cochlear implant.
I've seen firsthand how recreation really helps a child with a disability. Getting them out around other children, whether they're other children with disabilities or able-bodied children, opens people's eyes to the multi-cultural world we live in.
Let's start 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We dreamed of the day, that we would open this playground, but it took us 4 years of designing, fundraising. I would literally lay in bed dreaming of what opening day would look like. The excitement of having people see what it was that we envisioned.
On behalf of Natalie and myself, we dedicate this playground to Zachary. Surrounded by your glory, wonder will my heart feel. Will I dance for you, Jesus? Or in awe of you be still? Will I stand in your presence? Or to my knees, or will I fall? Or will I sing hallelujah? Will I be able to speak at all?
When I go home today, I am totally gonna have a dream about this.
And that day was fabulous. It was, a dream come true to watch my child get to play like every other child for the first time. We had reporters there who were asking me to talk with Zach. For the first time in my life, I got to say, I don't know. He's off playing with his friends, and I'm not going to find him. He can play like everybody else.
I can only imagine.
Unlimited Play's effort to build Zachary's Playground took 4 years, and it was the vision of Natalie and Todd Blakemore. And it was the opportunity to bring people together for a common cause, a mission, and that is to build a community that serves all children. And so funders and groups and corporations and organizations and schools, individuals all got together to support Zachary's Playground, and we could not have done this without them. It is such an amazing community building event. Every city should have a playground like this.
We have told so many people about this park that we're always bringing people here.
We actually have to travel about 20 miles right now to come out to here. We'd like to have one closer to home.
I just think that we need to see more playgrounds like this in as many communities as possible so that there's never a time where someone can't go and use a playground.
This playground speaks volumes of what this community values and what it believes in. And we ask that we have more of these.
This playground has truly created a place where, for a moment, we can forget all the limitations he faces and the things that this disease has taken away from him and just let him be a child.
I can only imagine when that day comes.